How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTCReaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Over on Dixie for the daily, stochastic is pulling back, RSI is pushing up, both stochastic continues lower, RSI will pull back and bring price lower. We are seeing some indecision here, so we could end up pulling back with a strong red candle. If we do, we could make a lower high. VWAP is trying to break down, money flow is pulling back, so watch the lower time frames. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic is pushing down, RSI is starting to weaken, VWAP is pushing into the bearish territory, momentum is breaking down, and money flow is remaining red. If this continues, we likely would see a breakdown and push back into our previous consolidation range. That would be positive for crypto. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we are seeing an indecision. We want to break the value area high. If we see continued green candles, we could break through and see Bitcoin run against altcoins. But if we see a rejection, then we could see altcoins run up. Stochastic is pulling back, RSI is dropping down, VWAP is breaking into bearish territory, and momentum is causing money flow to weaken. So if that continues, we could see dominance weaken, and that would mean altcoins would run up against Bitcoin. Over on the 1 hour, we do have higher highs and higher lows, so we do want to get a bullish continuation. They do not connect, so we don't have a rising channel that would break us down. Stochastic does want to round, RSI is pulling back, momentum does want to round, VWAP is bullish but just barely, so watch for a rejection. If that VWAP rejects, momentum will make money flow reject, and we would see a continuation to the downside. Over on total for the daily, we are seeing a push forward, so we did push up toward that 1 trillion area that we have been saying to watch for. VWAP is bullish, momentum is bullish, we do have a green dot, so that does want to give us a continuation up. That could continue to push that money flow higher, and that would give our altcoins the potential to continue to run here. Over on the 1 hour, we do have higher highs and higher lows, so we did continue forward after retesting around that 936. That is very positive, but the MPP does say there is a probability that we do pull back toward that 881. I would watch that very close, because if we do break that 936, then we likely would see further bearish momentum, as we could make a double top here and then reject lower. Momentum is starting to push down. VWAP does want to break bullish, so if that VWAP can maintain bullish strength, then it's likely we would continue higher. I would watch that very close. That would be positive. Money flow is green, so if that money flow remains green, the 2 hour is green, the 4 hour is about to be green. So if that 1 hour stays green for several candles, we could see a strong push up. And over on the daily, there is a possibility of continuing higher. It's just a lower chance. Watch for a higher high. If we see a rejection here, that would be a lower high, and then we would still have bearish probabilities to continue lower. So over on Bitcoin futures for the daily, we are pushing up. We do have a pretty strong run up, so this is positive. We do have a bit of a rounding bottom going on. We did fill a little mini gap there. Our money flow is pushing up. VWAP is pushing forward. Momentum does want to gain strength. Stochastic is trying to roll up. RSI is pushing up, so we do look positive. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a probability to get higher lows, so that is a 65% chance that would be positive. If we pull back to that 96 and bounce, then we could continue higher, see a retest around that 104 area like we said, and then that's where we could continue higher toward that 112. Momentum does want to round away, stochastic is starting to pull back, RSI is starting to push down, VWAP is breaking down, and the money flows in the green, but if that VWAP breaks down, momentum could lead that money flow lower. So I would watch very closely how the next couple hours play out. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, we do have a pretty strong run up, so this is positive. We did pull back to the 93K and make a bounce. We do have a rounding bottom, so watch for higher highs. Our MPP does say there's an 85% chance of getting a lower high. And then if we were to break that 93, remember we could push back down toward that 86, 80K range. That momentum is favoring bearish. VWAP is trying to push up. So if that VWAP can break up, we do have higher lows with higher highs. So if it can break neutral and hold, then we could continue higher. But if that VWAP rejects on lower time frames, then we could end up selling off. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a big consolidation after a push up. That is positive. We want to see consolidation after getting a push up, because that means we don't just shoot straight up. Remember, when you shoot straight up, you do come crashing back down. VWAP does want to break through that neutral, so watch if it holds. If it does, momentum can remain bullish, money flow will remain green, and higher time frames will push up. that would give us that probability to break through that resistance area. Over on graph for the daily, we are pushing forward to our MPP projection here as well. Again, watch for a lower high with lower lows. If we start seeing that, then we could break away. But this is positive if we start gaining bullish traction on lower time frames and seeing that hold. VWAP is pushing up. Momentum is gaining strength. We have a double green dot. Stochastic and RSI are pushing forward. So much like everything else, we do look very positive. Over on the 1 hour, we do have higher highs and higher lows. They are starting to connect pretty well right here, so I would watch. If this continues, we could make a rising channel, and then we could pull back, and the MPP does say we could break that 20-cent support. Momentum is pushing down. VWAP is bullish, but it does look a little weak, and it's starting to taper off, so watch it very close. If it rejects, then momentum will continue lower, money flow will remain red, and we would see that sell off. However, if that VWAP can break into a strong bullish trend like back here, then we would continue higher. Over on Anchor for the daily, we are trying to push forward. We are pushing toward that 40.49 like we said to watch. We did not break through it, but that does not mean we cannot still continue forward. Remember, our MPP does say we could go up to about that 8-cent area. RSI is pushing up, stochastic gaining strength, VWAP is pushing forward, momentum is gaining strength, and the money flow is pushing up as well. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a rejection off that 40.49. Momentum is pushing down, stochastic is selling off, RSI is starting to drop, VWAP is favoring bearish, and money flow is pulling back. Watch that VWAP. If it continues to favor bearish here, we could continue to see a rejection, and there is a 50% probability of retesting that 34.85 range. So watch if we hold that 37.67. If we make a higher low there and continue forward, then we can break our 40.49 and continue up. But if we see that rejection, that's where we would continue lower. Over on XRP for the daily, we do have that push up toward that resistance area that we mapped out the other day. RSI is pushing up, VWAP is pushing forward, momentum is gaining strength with the green dot, so VWAP stays bullish. Then we could continue to push higher. Money flow is pushing up, so we do look positive. We are pushing to that 232 area. We did say watch for around that 235. Merry Christmas to you as well, Adam. Hope you have a great day. Hope you are safe tomorrow. Our momentum is overall pushing down. VWAP does want to break bullish. Stochastic is pushing up. RSI is trying to push forward. We do have a green dot. So if that VWAP stays bullish, we could continue higher and make a bounce forward. This may be a bigger like cup and handle. So I would watch. We made a little bit of a pullback. So we would want to continue forward where we are to continue to get that break up. And then if we can get that break up, remember that's where we would retest around that $3 range. So that VWAP does need to stay bullish in order for that to happen. Last but not least, over on Algo for the daily, we are getting a decent push up here as well. We did get most of that break forward, so we are going to delete this line, get rid of everything we had. Stochastic is pushing up, VWAP is pushing forward, momentum is gaining strength, and the RSI is gaining strength, so the daily does look positive, but like I said, we got most of our move forward, so watch for a retracement as we did get the highest projected move, and it's not likely to continue unless the rest of the market would continue up. You do want to DCA in and DCA out, so if you're in a short-term position, I would at least consider taking initial out. Our momentum is pushing down, RSI is flat, stochastic is pushing down, and the VWAP is trying to break bullish, but starting to round just under the neutral. If that VWAP rejects that neutral, momentum would continue lower, money flow would break red, and we would see that rejection. The MPP does say we could make a higher low though, right around that 37.49, so watch for higher lows with higher highs. If we continue to see that, that could be a decent breakaway to get away from our channel and then continue higher and push us to our next resistance. That would be somewhere around, I'd say this 499, so 50-cent area, then around our 60.76, so 60-cent, and then our previous consolidation ranges and Fibonacci levels. Thank you for watching. Have a great Christmas. Hit the like and subscribe and join